thing I would like to go over is keyword match. So when I was working with clients, a lot of things that I noticed is that they had a ton of filters in there. So they maybe had 20, 30, 40, 50 filters in there for titles that they would either be going after or that they would like to exclude. So the first misconception is that this is a keyword match. So you have in here, I have business development and I have sales. So as you can see, SVP growth sales, director programmatic sales, VP sales and business development, et cetera, et cetera. Well, you get the point, I think. So you have your senior director of sales. So instead of having to add all of those filters and all of those functions, having to add them there, just think of it as a keyword match. If you have ever worked with Google AdWords, then you're at an advantage here. So it is a keyword match, which means that if you just put in sales, you have all of those sales roles. Now, if you're saying, listen, I just want sales leaders, perfect. Then here is seniority level. You just pick, like I did here, you pick your CXO, your directors, managers, partners, etc. And then that way you can filter for decision makers in sales. Now the same goes for exclusion. So if you're saying, okay, we want I don't know, everyone in marketing, but no one in sales, just simply exclude sales. So you hover over sales, you exclude it, and then it will turn red, and that way you're excluding everyone in sales. So when you're working with these right here, with the title and function filter, just especially with the title one, make sure that you're aware of the fact that those are keyword match, meaning that you can save yourself a lot of time by using it that way, by using it correctly, instead of having to add all the functions that you're going after. So that was the first tip. Then second tip is splitting up searches. So the reason you would want to split up searches, and why I'm touching on that, is that a lot of people think that regardless of the amount that you have here, so imagine if I would take away the United States here from the geo targeting, then it's going to have 5,500. However, LinkedIn only displays 2,500 regardless of the amount of people that they match your filters. Because you have 25 people here on each page, LinkedIn displays 25 people. And as you can see, we have 100 pages here. So even if that is 5.5 million or 550,000, it is 100 pages at most, meaning that if you're thinking, okay, you know what, I've done, excuse me. So if you're thinking, I've done this search, and you know what, I've gotten every lead in this search, let's move on to the next one, you're burning through your leads. So you're missing out on a lot of potential leads because LinkedIn is only displaying 2,500. So how you would have to deal with that is you would have to split up your searches. So as I did earlier, in here you could say, you know what, United States, 2,500 is perfect. We'll first do those, and then we'll go after the same people, but in the UK, Australia, or you can split it up by headcount, just whatever works, play around with it a little bit, but just be aware of the fact that LinkedIn only displays 2,500. So for the next one, sharing lists is not as seamless as people think. So if you're on a team account, if you're on a Sales Navigator team account, then you're gonna have times where you've made a list of maybe 100 interesting people, and you're sending them to your CEO saying, hey, these are people that might be interesting, and maybe you want to extract their emails or whatever the purpose is. Now, as you can see here, there's some information missing. So some of these people, they have the add account button. Now, when you're sharing a list, that happens quite often after the most recent Sales Navigator update. Every quarter, LinkedIn is pushing an update, and then after this update, there was something that happened. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to just click here, and he has that company that he's associated with. Some people have two. So what you could do is just see, you can have a look at his profile and see whichever company he's working at. Then if he's working here, as you can see here, this is just some freelance work he's doing on the side. Then you go with Flux, and then you know the company that he's working with. So sharing lists is not as seamless as you might think. Then for the essential tips, um, exclusions are really important. So as you can see here, there are blue and there are red filters or pills or however you would like to call them. So the red ones have been excluded and the blue ones have been included. I already touched on it a little bit earlier. So what you could do is let's take the example I brought up earlier. If you want people that work in business development but not people that work in sales, you can block out everyone that is in sales. So that is interesting. If some functions are relevant to you, but it's also really helpful if you want to break up those searches. So if you're saying, okay, um, I have everyone in the United States, but I want to split it up. So I'm going to add Canada, for example, but you want to make absolutely sure that you're not having the same leads in that twice. So you don't want to reach out to the same people twice, or you just want to make sure that you break it up. Then you exclude the United States, and then that way you're making sure that you don't have any duplicates and that you have clean searches everywhere. So that really helps in splitting up your searches. It really helps in breaking things down. It can help you exclude existing clients, previous clients, maybe some people that you have a problem with. It can help in a lot of things. It can help break things down by industry. So it's a very, very helpful tool to exclude people.